Hey everybody, VSW here. Before we get started on the video, I want to apologize for not doing the TLC prediction video. Because I have tried to do that before, but there was an error, so I just said screw it and I just didn't do it. So this video could be my prediction and review of TLC. Like while I'm reviewing the show, I'll tell you my predictions on who I had chosen to win. So I'll show you what I mean. Let's get to it. First two matches on the kickoff show, where we had Buddy Murphy defend the Cruiserweight Championship against Cedric Alexander. I chose Buddy Murphy to retain, and I was right. The good is that it was a very fun match, and Buddy Murphy retained. The ugly was Buddy Murphy's knee to Cedric. That was an all right match. I give it a 3 out of 5. Next, we had Elias taking on Bobby Lashley, the almighty Bobby Lashley, in a guitar match where you have to climb the ladder and be the first to grab the guitar. I chose Elias to win, and I was right. The good, Elias won, and we got to see him beat up Lio Rush a little bit. The bad, once again, had to look at Bobby Lashley's butt. I'm getting really tired of that. Nobody wants to see Bobby Lashley's butt, especially not me. The ugly, Elias's powerbomb to Lashley on the ladder. That was all right. I give it a 3 out of 5. Then it was time for the actual show, where Carmella and R-Truth, the Fabulous Truth, faced Mahalisha, Jinder Mahal, and Alicia Fox in the finals of the Mixed Match Challenge. I went on a limb and chose Fabulous Truth to win, and surprisingly, I got that right. The good is that it was an okay finale, and we got to see Carmella move her body again in the dance break. The funny was that R-Truth put Alicia Fox's hat on, and I couldn't find any ugly. The bad, R-Truth chose his vacation with Carmella to be at the headquarters of WWE in Stamford, Connecticut. What an idiot. But yeah, that was pretty much not a good match, so I just give that a 2 out of 5. And let me bring one of the titles up here because it's time for the second title match where The Bar, Sheamus, and Cesaro defended the SmackDown Tag Team titles against the Usos and the New Day in a triple threat tag team match. I chose The Bar to retain, and I was right. That's the good. The ugly was a tie between the Usos super kicks and Sheamus's bro kick. That was an all right. I give it a 3 out of 5. And the reason yesterday why I said I was so happy on my Final Battle Ring of Honor review, I was happy because it was time for the next match, Braun Strowman versus Baron Corbin. Baron Corbin came out and he thought that he would win by a forfeit with Heath Slater as the referee, but the good Braun Strowman gave Baron Corbin what he deserved. And everybody, including Kurt Angle, attacked him. Braun Strowman pinned him with his foot. And as the general manager of Raw, Baron Corbin, in the word of Mr. McMahon, is fired. And I was so freaking happy. Praise the Lord. But good, Baron Corbin is no longer the general manager of Raw. The ugly, only ones I could find was Braun Strowman's attackers beating the crap out of him. Give that a 3 out of 5, I guess. Or maybe a 2 out of 5. But the main good, Baron Corbin is no longer Raw's boss. Next, we had Natalya taking on Ruby Riot in a tables match. Because for the past few weeks, the Riot Squad and Ruby Riot herself disrespected Natalya and her father, Jim the Anvil Neidhart. In the middle of a tag match, Ruby Riot just snapped Natalya's father's sunglasses. And then on the Raw before TLC, the Riot Squad and Ruby Riot revealed a table with Jim the Anvil Neidhart's body on it. Man. But the good, Natalya finally got payback. And she did exactly what she said she was going to do. She dedicated the match to her daddy. Much love to Natalya. The ugly Natalya repeatedly slamming Ruby Riot's face on a table. And an honorable mention, Liv Morgan sacrificed herself for Ruby, having herself get put through a table. That was all right. Give it that 3 out of 5. Next, we have Finn Balor taking on Drew McIntyre. The good was that Finn Balor won. Oh, wait, I forgot. I picked Natalya to win the tables match, and I was right. I chose Finn Balor to win this match, and again, I was right. The ugly Drew McIntyre's headbutt to Finn Balor. The bad Drew McIntyre wasted time mocking Balor in the Balor Club with a too sweet hand thing. But that was all right. To give that a 3 out of 5. Next, we have Rey Mysterio taking on Randy Orton in a chairs match. I chose Randy Orton to win, and I was wrong. The good was that it was a fun match, and Rey Mysterio got redemption after the repeated attacks by Randy Orton over the past few weeks on SmackDown. The bad was that although Rey Mysterio won, he didn't beat Randy Orton with the 619, although we did see it. The ugly Rey Mysterio went for a sit-down senton, but Randy Orton moved out of the way, causing Rey to collide with the chair. And an honorable mention, Rey Mysterio slid on the chair out of the ring onto Randy Orton. That was pretty cool. Get that match a 3 out of 5. Next, we have the baddest woman on the planet, Ronda Rousey, taking on, as she now likes to call herself, the face breaker, Nia Jax. I chose Ronda Rousey to retain. Ronda Rousey. I picked her to retain, and I was correct. The good was that Ronda Rousey retained. The ugly, what was it? The ugly Nia Jax ramming Ronda Rousey's shoulder on the ring post. Like she charged at her shoulder on the ring post. That was pretty ugly. And 2 honorable mentions. Ronda Rousey's gear was like a similar design of the late, great Chris Benoit. Because who can't remember Chris Benoit? And the second honorable mention is that after the match, backstage, Becky Lynch got her redemption on Nia Jax for breaking her face during the Raw invasion. And she tells Nia Jax to keep her name out of her mouth. That was all right. Give that a 3 out of 5. And next, we had the WWE Champion, the new Daniel Bryan, who is a really insane, but at the same time awesome heel, defending the championship against the phenomenal AJ Styles. Because if you have seen SmackDown Live, then you remember Daniel Bryan turned heel, kicking AJ Styles where the sun didn't shine, and cheated his way to win the championship. Then just repeatedly stomped his face after the match. But the good here is that the new Daniel Bryan retained. The ugly Daniel Bryan's knee strikes to AJ Styles' face. Or him stomping on his face, but you know what I mean. But on WWE Wow, he talked about taking the title with the leather strap made by a skinned cow, from a skinned cow, and replacing it with something more sustainable. I can't wait to see what it is. But in the meantime, that was a good match. You give that a 4 out of 5. Next, we had Seth freaking Rollins defended the Intercontinental Championship against Dean Ambrose. I chose Seth Rollins to retain, and I was wrong. Oh, yeah, I chose the new Daniel Bryan to retain, and I was right. The ugly was the dirty deeds. The bad, Seth Rollins hurt his knee again. The same exact way he did at a live event match with Kane. But that was all right. I get that a 3 out of 5. And the main event, where Becky Lynch, the man, defended the SmackDown Women's Championship against the Queen, Charlotte Flair, and the Empress, Asuka. I chose Asuka to retain. No, not retain. I chose Asuka to win, and I was correct. The good was that it was an incredible match, and Ronda Rousey got her payback against Becky and Charlotte. The ugly, Becky Lynch's seat fall onto Charlotte Flair on the announce table. And the honorable mention, the funny moment, when Charlotte Flair speared on the barricade, there was a huge botch, and I mean a huge botch. Charlotte Flair had her boob, and I'm not kidding, Charlotte Flair had her boob resting on Asuka's face. And I don't care if that was a botch. I don't care, because that was really hot. That was really hot. I got to give it to you. That was hot. So I'm kind of glad Charlotte Flair did that botch, because that was really hot. Charlotte Flair's boob on Asuka's face, that was hot. But that was a good main event. I give that a 4 out of 5. The women made history once again. But overall, this year's TLC was okay. So I give it maybe a 6 out of 10, with the best match being the women's TLC match, and the worst match, the Mixed Match Challenge finale, with R-Truth and Carmella and Jinder Mahal and Alicia Fox. That ends the final pay-per-view of WWE. And this past Monday on Raw, last night, all the McMahons returned. Triple H, Stephanie McMahon, Shane McMahon. Am I forgetting anybody? Mr. McMahon, Shane McMahon, Stephanie McMahon, and Triple H. And they say that we are the authority, and they're all going to take back Raw and SmackDown. And Baron Corbin's not the GM of Raw still, because he got beat up again, and I laughed my butt off, because that's what he get for making Raw so miserable. An awful show. But I watch it anyway, because I'm a pro wrestling fan. I love wrestling so much, I don't care if a show is good or bad. I watch it anyway, because that's how much I love professional wrestling. So again, if a show is bad, why do I still watch it? Because I love wrestling so much that I don't want to miss one part of it. Not one. I don't care if it's bad. I watch it anyway. Because again, like I said, that's how much I love professional wrestling. But looking forward to see what happens tonight on SmackDown. But in the meantime, this is VSW saying God bless, take care, stay safe. I'm a pro wrestling fan for life, and that's the bottom line, because the leader of VSWville said so. And just a heads up, I am turning 24 next Thursday. That's right. Next episode of Impact Wrestling, not this week's episode, but next week's, I'll be turning 24. That's right. 24, baby. Next week. But I'll see y'all in the next video. Take care.